the emergency?
My wife's going into labor. I can't get into the car, and her water broke already.
Oh boy.
That is when you're expecting a child.
Yeah.
This is the nightmare scenario you run through. That is a 911 call that came in just moments before a Pine Grove couple experienced maybe the biggest surprise you could have in a lifetime. The part of that call was just minutes before their new son arrived, not in a hospital, but in their home.
In their home. Joining us to chat about their incredible stories are new Melissa and new parents Melissa and John Hornibrook. Good morning to you guys. When the baby came out, instead of crying, did it go, surprise?
Him. I mean, we're as ready as you can be. Truck packed, washed, everything to go.
So, okay, so you were ready. We didn't catch the first part there, but I know when I was expecting my daughter that I had these scenarios running through my head of like, what if we didn't make it? How many times had you thought of that, Johnny, before all of a sudden you realized, oh my gosh, this is actually going to happen?
You know, I was listening to the Expectant Father audiobook, and there was a chapter there that prepped you for the scenario in case you had a home birth. And I almost skipped that chapter, never thought that was going to be a situation. And I'm glad I didn't, and I was a little bit prepared. But yeah, just in case, and things went smoothly.
Melissa, you just giggled when he said that. Did you know that he almost skipped that chapter?
He was talking about it right before, and we were both laughing, like, oh no, we're going to be prepped and ready, and we'll be there in plenty of time. We had a whole plan laid out, and contractions went from every 45 minutes to every 10 minutes to pretty much constant, really fast. And so, when he basically said, it's time, we got to flip you over and the baby's coming, I listened, and he was calm, and we made it through it together.
Is this your guys' first child?
Our first one together, yes.
Well, so it's the first lesson of best laid plans with children. Things will never go as planned. Okay, Melissa, let's pretend John's not standing there. Scale of 1 to 10, how confident were you? Or did you not even, at that point you didn't have a choice?
At that point, I didn't have a choice, but he was so calm and collected. I was honestly really impressed.
Wow.
Very calm with me and very calm throughout. We listened to the whole 911 call. It was 13 minutes long, and the entire time he was just really calm and collected and put together and made me feel safe and like everything was going to be okay. And I was really lucky. Really lucky.
It was much better than I anticipated hearing that 911 call, but it felt like hours, and it went by in 30 minutes.
Is it one of those cases where you don't realize what you're capable of until you're forced into the situation to do it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yep. The irony is, I joked about having a home birth through this whole pregnancy. Yeah. Because I never thought we were actually qualified for it, and it made Melissa uncomfortable in a funny way. She's like, no, we're going to a hospital for sure, and I'm having medicine. And I said, oh, come on, let's do it at home. Never did I expect I would actually, I'd have to bite my words on that.
Now you guys did go to the hospital afterwards, right? And everything was checked out.
Oh, yes. He told our doctor, too, right before. He said, I want to be as involved as possible in the birth, anything that I can do. And I reminded him afterwards, I think you were about as involved as you could possibly be.
Yeah.
So we had our first child, they asked me if I wanted to cut the cord. And I was like, isn't there somebody out here that's more qualified than me?
Now, here's the question, Johnny. Do you get to bill the insurance company?
Hopefully so.
I was really relieved when that fire department did get there. I was about to the extent of my knowledge. I said, baby's out. Okay, now what do I do? So luckily when it came time to cutting the cord, they were there to assist and give me the assurance that we needed to make it all smooth.
So Melissa, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's baby doing?
Oh, we're doing absolutely wonderful, and he's just as cute as can be. Such a sweet little boy. We love him so very much. We're so blessed to have him in our lives.
And we didn't get his name. What's the little guy's name?
His name's Weston John.
Weston John. I love it. Well, we appreciate you guys doing this with us because I know from experience you're not sleeping much.
to the local fire department and
Oh, yeah.
paramedics of Amador County, all the doctors and nurses there at Sutter Health. You know, they took good care of us once we went in for, you know, the aftercare that Melissa and I needed. And this woman celebrated a birthday yesterday, and she was so strong, you know. And it was Weston's 1 week birthday, but you know, Melissa was a warrior, you know, and you know, we're very, very grateful.
I can't tell you guys how great you're doing. When our daughter was 1 week old, we would not be able to get it together to do this interview. You guys are doing a great job. So glad it all worked out, and thank you for taking the time with us.
Thank you for
Thank you,
having
guys.
us.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
I know.
I would have freaked out.
Oh, I would have been terrible.
Yeah.
That would have been terrible.
But-
and then Carol would have once again called the neighbors. Is there anybody else around?
I know.
Anyone?
Can we call somebody else?